Young Dolph established his label, Paper Road Empire, in 2010, turned down a $22 million offer from a record label to be independent. He was raised mostly by his grandma. He's now living in Atlanta, only came home to visit family and give out turkeys in his old neighborhood.
So basically what happened is every year Young Dolph, he comes to bring turkeys to local people in his neighborhood where he grew up.
That's awesome.
He didn't grow up that good. So he doesn't live there anymore. He was just visiting. He went to the corner store to get some cookies, and somebody shot him. This is what's sad today. A rapper like Young Dolph, first of all, I want to say I grew up on Memphis music. I know there was a huge versus recently, and so a lot of people that didn't really know about Memphis got exposed to it, but I grew up on Gangsta Boo, LaChat, Project Pat, 3-6, 8-Ball, MJG, like all of them. I grew up on it, and Dolph was just the person following that, but he made his own way. He made his own name, and that's what's so great about him. He is a self-made person. He pushed all these people in his neighborhood up, and he kept being in the community, pushing it up, just like we saw with Nipsey Hussle. And that's the problem today. You cannot be a rapper and go back home and just be walking around like everybody else, and it's a damn shame that you can't do that.
It is truly
because
sad.
people have lost the ability to understand how you're supposed to act.
Yes,
I
agree.
What do you think, Jeremy?
No, I agree. I think it's sad, because it's like, here's a guy, what was he, 36, I believe?
37, I believe.
37?
Yeah,
So he's young.
37.
He's still young,
He's so young.
And it's sad, a guy trying to do something with his life in the rap game and stuff like that. And then you got these guys that just for whatever reason decide to, go to a bakery and shoot up the place. I think one of them had a semi-automatic. It's like, I don't know if it's something that might have materialized or something that happened in the past, that this happened, because I'm sure the more they investigate, details will start coming out and we'll figure out. But regardless, my heart goes out to the family because it means
my heart
a
goes
young
out to Key Glock, his little cousin, because Key Glock and him, they might as well have been twins. They were inseparable. And there was some video footage showing him getting out of there. He's like, I'm good. This is all I needed to see. And it's sad because now he has to live his life without his best friend.
Yeah.
It's just sad because
it's a senseless act of violence.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, there really is no other way to put it but senseless. Like, why?
It's disgusting, and it's just stuff like that. It's just you can't even go to the bakery. You can't go to the grocery store, or you can't go to the movie theater.
And he's from Memphis?
Yeah.
So my thing would be like, you're from Memphis, all right? You're doing something with your life. You put Memphis on a map, right? Showing, if anything, I'd be proud of him and what he's doing for the community.
Yeah.
The thing about that is, it's kind of interesting because I've been following it because it hurts my heart, and a lot of, I follow a lot of Memphis rappers, and so, I get all the information, and it's crazy because there is a music video where they found the car of the person that shot. There was a music video shot in front of that house. They found the car at that house. There was a deceased person in the house possibly involved in it. So it seems like it's the same old thing, a hater. You know what I mean? Even somebody you may have known. That's the sad thing about, even Nipsey. Nipsey created jobs. He bordered peace, between different gangs and stuff. He was not, people look at a man like Nipsey and don't understand him and why he raps for stuff. Same with Young Dolph, why they rap that way. That's what they grew up in. Memphis is cold-blooded.
And he was working on that documentary, too.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Teaching people something, it seems like the more you put out and teach people something, the harder that you fall, or the more brutal. When Dolph died, there were kids on the sidewalk bawling their eyes out because they looked up to him so much, and that's a little too much for me.
I mean, I don't want to be a conspiracy guy on you, but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like how you said, it seems like the guys that come back and try to do well get targeted for some reason.
Always.
And it's like, just because you're not fitting the narrative of what we want you to be.
Because you're making it a better place.
We want you to promote, violence, the bad
Right?
acts. We don't want you coming back here bringing turkeys.
Yeah, man.
We don't want you cleaning up the community.
Jealousy is, man, that's a...
Shout out to his
jealousy is
people
a drug, man. It's a deathly drug, because it kills a lot of people. People are just jealous of somebody, and because they don't have that lifestyle, they want to take that lifestyle away from that person or the ability. So they're like, if I can't get it, you ain't having it anymore. And that's the way they think now, and they think, well, I'm just gonna take this guy out. It's like, man, and it's sad because there's so much of that going around nowadays. The stories we hear on the news with rappers dying, you know, drive-by shootings. You know,
Oh, yeah, there was
it's
one
insane.
yesterday. Gunned down yesterday. I'm not really familiar with him. I know a lot of people on my news feed. A lot of people were friends with him, but it's just the same old thing, and it's real sad. And you know,
Are you talking about rapper Slim's 400?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that was apparently gang-related with a Bloods turf war, which is a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When, when it comes to the, you know,
Yeah.
that. But
My
here's another guy doing something with his life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, come on. And you know what? This is the crazy part. You know, just they want change. People want change and stuff in these neighborhoods and all this stuff. And it's like you're tired of seeing this, but it's the same. It's the same. Like your own people like are taking these other guys out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like I'm a little lost for words, but because my heart always goes out to when I hear stuff like this, just because I grew up around this. You know, and to see like, man, I just hate seeing like somebody who just decided to turn his life around, doing something for the community, no matter where it is. And then you hear something like this where a guy's gunned down. I don't care what it's about. You know, if it's something in the past, man, leave it in the past. Be happy for that guy who's showing in your community, hey, you can change, you can make a change, you can turn your life around and stuff like that.
Do you think that it's true what a lot of people are saying about that people are speaking some of these deaths into existence? And you know, like as much as I love Nipsey to death, Nipsey did talk about his own death a lot, about how he was gonna die young and things were gonna happen. Like he really he just, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm a total believer in manifesting stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you put that into existence. You know, you hear a lot of stories about people manifesting things, and sometimes, you know, you could manifest things and they don't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's 50-50.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's tough to say, because maybe it's self-awareness. Maybe he
Correct.
just knew with his lifestyle, he's like, just the way that I'm going, even though I'm turning things around, it's still highly likely that someone still hates me and is going to come back to get me.
The rap game is
Well,
is
I
a
mean,
it's a
it's
death.
dangerous.
It's a deadly game.
tough.
It is a
It's
deadly
tough.
game
Right.
because of your past always seems to catch up, regardless of if you did anything or maybe the people you associated around. It catches up to you for some odd reason, you know, and
Well,
it's sad.
you know, Dolph survived being shot at 100 times. That's where that song 100 Shots came from. So he already cheated something like that once. That's why most of his vehicles were like bulletproofed up, like for real. But
I just hate to be having to
know,
drive around like that, always
Right.
looking over your back and having to get vehicles, bullet. That I would hate to live like that. I mean, you make mad money. You're a celebrity in the rap industry and stuff like that. But to have to always look over your shoulder, man, it's you know that's
It's not
a
a way to
sad
live.
part. No,
That's
just
what fame
paranoia,
brings.
and that'll drive you insane. You
but
know,
that's just
your
with
mental
fame in
health.
general. That's not just with rap. That's just being an
Yeah.
actor, a famous athlete. Always
Yeah.
looking over your back like it's somebody trying to take my life, somebody trying to
Yeah.
take my money. You know, and it's just a sad situation.
It's crazy.
You know.
well, my heart goes out to his family. Kudos to his people for still handing out turkeys. I know that was really hard to do. And you know, blessings to the family.